Hello to everyone. Today, bike check of my super new Banshee TITAN MX RRT. Check this out. This Banshee TITAN has been sort of a dream for a few years, I would say, because everything started in 2010-ish, 2011, 12, something like that. Yeah, more than 10 years ago, when I firstly had my neon yellow GT Fury carbon downhill bike. Those years enduro wasn't hot as it is today, and the only way to go really fast on the downhill, well, descending, was to use a downhill bike. That's why I always ran downhill bikes, even if sort of a trail, more free-ride enduro bikes were existing at those years. I had the GT Fury neon yellow, and since that day, then I sold the bike and I changed and so on, and I changed so many bikes through the years. I came up with Banshee, I guess it's now 3 or 4 years ago. So my dream of having another super neon yellow frame always been alive since that day. So when I thought about making a new Banshee for 2024 season, the neon yellow color was always there, rattling in my brain back and forth, and I decided to go for it. So starting with the frame, neon yellow Banshee TITAN. To make this frame, I had to strip down to bare aluminum. I had to apply a 2-pack components base coat epoxy to anchor the second layer, which is the white, and then the third, which is the neon yellow, because neon yellow only shine if you spray it onto a white base coat. And then on top there is another 2K professionally applied clear coat to make everything resistant. Even if, of course, the raw Banshees are actually more resistant than this. Even the black one, which is anodized, probably the sweetest one you can buy. But this year, again, I wanted to have something really shiny, something that remind me the back years of 2010, something like that. So here's the neon yellow. The graphics are also something really strange, made by BecomeUnique, my graphic pusher from Portugal. He modified the 2010-ish Banshee Rune graphics with the Titan word in here and all the stuff. So these graphics are actually a sort of a tribute to the Banshee 2010-ish, the Rune, which actually was neon yellow. So everything is coming together, all my ideas, all my wishes in the Banshee story. Everything is represented on this neon yellow Banshee TITAN Custom. Besides, it's an XL, of course. I'm only 1.79 m tall, so I'm sort of a 5'10"-ish, I guess, in American way to measure things. Why I'm not on a large? Easy, because I do use the short handlebar clamp. I should have said stem, because you know this is a stem, which is not, it's an handlebar clamp. But anyway, mine is shorter, so I don't want to have the handlebar on my legs when I ride. And so the only way to ride properly using the motocross style clamp is to have a longer front end. So longer front end, that means one size up in frame. I'm 179, I should use the large Banshee with the classical 35-40mm stem. I'm going to use, well, I'm using the 15, so I've got one size up frame. If you want to go further on the topic, please go on my other video on this YouTube channel. The video is called Modern Geometries and Short Stem. If you make the longer front end, the longer front triangle longer, you need to balance it with the longer rear end. So this bike has the 460mm chainstay, achieved by changing the dropouts, another feature you can find on any V3 and beyond Banshee frames, the interchangeable dropouts. On this particular model, you can switch between the 450 and the 460. Of course, I'm 460 because this is an XL and the front triangle is quite long. Talking about geometries, I've got 1.30 m, so 1,300 millimeters of length of wheelbase, 460 chainstay, 63.9-ish head angle. I'm not installing any angle set on this particular frame. I believe 63, well, just below 64, it's fine for what I'm doing. The BB, it's not that low, even high. It's 34.4 centimeters from the ground, so I'm quite good with this. Seat angle, it's okay, even if I'm keeping the saddle, as you can see, quite rail moved forward, because I really go on the steep stuff when I climb. I could talk about the routing of the cables, even if it's something which is not really noticeable. Everything is external. You see all the cables are routing through here on the top, on the incline tube, spreading apart right and left side, go directly on the rear brake. So everything is external. The Banshee is designed to have internal routing. In fact, there are ports. This port here is to put inside the cables. I've been running the internal design for 2 years, and at some point I said, it's a race bike, it's a horse, it's a race machine. I don't want anything covered, you know, not accessible. So I pulled off all the cables from the inside, and I found a nice way to route these cables, these hoses. So another feature on this frame. This bike is my vision. So in my vision, I put in reality my ideas. Double barrel for pure downhill operations, it's still the numero uno. This one is the CS version, because I still want to have some stabilization when I climb. So I've got this climb switch. Double barrel, custom tune inside, custom everything. Titanium spring, not because titanium rides better. Titanium does not ride better. Titanium rides exactly as the same as any other spring, but titanium is lighter and it looks cooler. 300 pounds spring. Titanium is quite long, because if it's longer, it has less end ramp effect. So it's even better, less progression. And the front. And here we start with the crazy stuff, which I am proud to present. It's an Inten fork made by carbon. The outer legs are not wrapped by a 3M 1080 film, you know, fake carbon. The legs are really made out of carbon. It's a prototype, right? Let's make it short. It's a prototype fork which I've been testing. I don't know if it's going to become reality for sale on the market. I don't have any clue. I just have the clue that this one is carbon. I never seen something like that, and it's really stiff. BecomeUnique, again, BecomeUnique from Portugal, custom graphics, neon yellow. Let's go a little bit further up. We have the clamp. It's the classical Rulezman V3 version 3. The version 1, I remind you, is a downhill direct mount. The version 2 is an enduro prototype, never went to production. The version 3 is the production one, this one. 15 millimeters forward offset, 60 millimeter underbar clamp. Yeah, and it's installed really low, flush with the headset bearing, because I want the maximum strength. The connection between the horizontal and the vertical tubes in here, it's massive stiff with this sort of installation. No spacers, nothing. 800, 12 back and 5 up. Grips are Progrip, 7-7 dual layer. My love since few years. Really cheap, really good. Numero uno. Then we got the AVS hand guards, neon yellow, matching of course all the other stuff in neon yellow. With these are the Pro version with alloy brackets. Really good in places like Finale League, where all over here where we got a lot of branches, a lot of stuff in the trail. It also protects the levers. If you fall and the bike fall on the ground, you never break the levers if you have the hand guards on. So these are really important. So that was the cockpit. XT shifter, bike yoke, actuator, motocross front brake, routing of the front brake in here, and Tech 4 V4 black. The dropper, it's a 160 reduced to internally to 140 because I don't like the longer posts, because when I have to squat down to put it in a rest position, I need to do too much movement up and down. The range is too wide first, and second, if the saddle goes too low, I lose the reference of the saddle when I ride in between my knees, in between my quads. So I never liked it, and I'm a 125mm post guy. This time it's 140, it's a little bit more. I go for a try. Maybe I will reduce it even more to 125, but anyway, it's a bike yoke. We've got the drivetrain, and the drivetrain on this bike is full GABAROOK. GABAROOK cranks, 30 teeth front chainring. We've got the Rulezman ZEROBACK plate version 2 in black, 50 microns FULLL 7075 construction. Numero uno thing you can buy for the Banshee after you bought the frame, if you want to go fast on it downhill, forgetting about kickbacks and hits and so on. Get it. 10 to 50 cassette, that's the one with the it's all steel, and the last one, the 50, it's alloy 7075 T6 anodized, hard anodized, beautiful light. To use that on the XT rear mech, you need to install and change and install the cage on the XT from the original one to the GABAROOK cage, which is black in this case, and I've got of course the GABAROOK pulleys top and bottom. So everything is GABAROOK, full GABAROOK drivetrain on this bike. I've been telling you already, I've got the Hopes V4 Tech 4. The modulation is second to none. Discs, these are the skinniest, 180 front and rear. I'm not a lot on the brakes and I'm light, and these brakes are so powerful, so 2.0 in thickness, and the design is really good with all the small holes. So intent rotos. Last thing, the wheels. These are total insane. So these are PIRope custom wheels, what I do call the XCDuro. 50% is black, 50% is neon yellow alloy, because when I go fast in finale, I don't want to be concerned about breaking a carbon rim. Alloy, it's easier to manage. If you just hit it, you know, you dent it and you bend it and you go home, no problem, and you change it. But it's slightly heavier than carbon, but it's much easier and much less expensive. These are actually picking 1 kilogram, 280 grams for a pair of wheels. So these are extremely light, even if they are in alloy. If you want something like this, I can get a discount for you. 14.6 kilograms on the scale. 14.6. Tire-wise, Kenda Helldiver Pro in 2.4, dual ply, soft compound. While up front, I've got the classical Kenda Hellkat in 2.4, enduro, soft compound, dual ply. I can just focus on riding my lines, and this thing here with 1.30 meters of wheelbase will keep the line in a stupid, fantastic manner. One more thing, because when we build the bikes, we usually put this thing at the end, the pedals. And there is no advertising needed for CrankBrothers Mallet downhill classic. Been riding the mallets for so many years, I actually forgot when I started. So this is my super Banshee Titan bike check. If you have any question, write down below in the comments. And I hope you don't drink the hype when you build some bike, your new bike for 2024. If you have any query, again, write down, contact me by email, and ride on. Full gas, baby. Ciao.